Hello, and welcome to this lesson on human activities contributing to the increase of carbon dioxide and methane in the atmosphere. In today's lesson, we will identify the main human activities that release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Then, we will understand how human activities lead to an increase in methane levels. So far, we've discussed the basic composition of Earth's atmosphere. We've also discussed greenhouse gases and the greenhouse effect. Building on this foundation, today's lesson will enhance our understanding by focusing on the specific human actions that alter these natural processes. There are two main human activities that result in an increase in carbon dioxide. First, the combustion of fossil fuels, such as oil, coal, and natural gas. These resources are used heavily in energy production and transportation. When we burn fossil fuels in power plants, cars, airplanes, and factories, carbon stored in these fuels combines with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. For example, when you drive a petrol or diesel car, the engine burns the fuel, converting it into energy and releasing CO2 as a byproduct. The next human activity increasing atmospheric CO2 is deforestation. Trees play a crucial role in absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere through the process of photosynthesis, where they convert CO2 and sunlight into oxygen and energy. When we cut down trees, especially in large-scale logging and deforestation activities, the number of trees available to absorb CO2 is reduced. This leads to higher levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere since there are fewer trees to capture it. Additionally, when trees are burned or left to decay, they release the carbon stored in their wood back into the atmosphere as CO2. Let's now turn to the human activities that result in increased atmospheric methane, CH4. There are three primary activities to consider here. First, livestock farming. Livestock, especially cattle, produce large amounts of methane during digestion. Microbes in the cattle's stomach break down food, and methane is a byproduct of this process, which is mainly released into the atmosphere when the animals burp. While this may sound amusing, the rise in demand for meat has significantly increased livestock farming. As we farm billions of animals each year, methane emissions have surged dramatically. The second activity resulting in methane emission is decomposition in landfills. Landfills are sites where a large amount of waste is buried. When organic waste like food scraps and plant material decomposes in landfills, it breaks down anaerobically, that is without oxygen. This decomposition process produces methane gas, which then escapes into the atmosphere. Poorly managed landfill sites can lead to significant methane emissions, contributing to the greenhouse effect. The third and final activity contributing to methane emissions is agriculture, particularly the cultivation of rice in paddy fields. In these waterlogged environments, organic matter decomposes anaerobically, that is, without oxygen. This results in the production of methane gas. This process is exacerbated by practices such as flooding fields, which creates ideal conditions for methane-producing microbes. As a result, paddy rice cultivation significantly contributes to methane emissions, further impacting the greenhouse effect and climate change. By understanding these key points, we can better grasp how specific human activities contribute to the increase of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane. In today's lesson, we examined how human activities contribute to the increase of carbon dioxide and methane in the atmosphere. We identified that the combustion of fossil fuels in power plants, vehicles, and industries is a major source of carbon dioxide emissions. Additionally, deforestation reduces the number of trees that can absorb CO2, further increasing atmospheric levels of this gas. On the methane front, we discussed how livestock farming, particularly cattle, releases significant amounts of methane during digestion. We also looked at how organic matter decomposing anaerobically in landfills and paddy fields generates methane. Watch the rest of the GCSE chemistry course at Sophos Education.